Alright, looks like we're good to go. Yeah, I'm doing this because there's a mission. Oh shit. Nope. I'm doing this because there's a mission I need to do. I need to do with this character. Let me come over here. Check my episodes. Yeah. Yeah, all the way down there. Don't worry, we'll get that. We'll get that. But of course, first things first, I'm gonna do this. Do the Syth Wave mission, and then one night. Do Syth Wave, and then one night in Bozeman. Engineering consoles. I don't think I have anything. I don't think I have anything on the engineering consoles. Naturally, the only other problem here. Naturally, the only other problem here is, waiting to get into the mission. Hopefully everybody's doing good this morning. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm queued up. I just don't know why it's taking. I'm queued up for it, so I don't know why it's just taking so long to get in. Actually, hold on. Let me do the patrol first, then I'll do Syth Wave. Okay. I'll do this, then I'll do Syth Wave, and then I'll see about.
Good, you made it. I wasn't looking forward to dealing with this by myself. Our hollow emitters are doing their job, and the bombing should happen soon. Once that's finished, we can get started.
Bombing. What is happening here?
Daniel said this might happen. Something to do with the effect of chronoton flux on short-term memory. Hey, you gotta love temporal mechanics.
Time travel.
Yeah, I've been sent back in time to fix a problem. It's April 4th, 2063, the day before first contact. This is the missile complex where humanity's first warp-capable vessel was launched.
Right. What's the problem we need to solve?
The Borg are the problem. They're here, and they're trying to change history in their favor. History says the Borg failed because of Picard and the crew of the Enterprise, but as of now, history's wrong. Somehow the Borg managed to pull victory from the jaws of defeat tonight. We're here to make sure that doesn't happen.
What was that about hollow emitters?
Right now, we're effectively invisible inside this hollow shield. Once we're ready to move out, we'll drop it, and our personal emitters will kick in. Think of them as a sophisticated disguise kit. They'll make us look like we belong here. To the locals, we'll look like a band of 21st century humans wandering around the woods of Montana. Any other questions?
No. Let's get started.
Okay, the bombing should end quickly thanks to the Enterprise. We're gonna need to move fast once things stop exploding.
Acknowledged. Deactivate this.
Right, let's get moving. We need to get to the complex quickly. So much for the bombing run. Enterprise must have finished off the Borg vessel.
Speaking of which.
After all this time, we still haven't learned. Resistance is inevitable.
Whoop. Need to fix that real quick.
Complex took some hits. Let's check for survivors.
All right. Scan for survivors.
I'm not picking up any Borg life signs in the complex. Picard and his people should be here now. Let's make sure before we move on. Okay, my tricorder's picking up multiple subspace comm signals in the area.
The Enterprise away team.
Some of them are Starfleet, but they're coming from inside the missile silo. Probably protecting Zephram Cochrane. The rest of the signals are coming from the southwest. Any guesses as to the source?
The Borg.
Got it in one. Looks like they managed to send down a few landing parties before their ship blew up. Chances are they're here to make our lives difficult. I think it's time we return the favor.
Agreed. Let's move out. Well, that's not a surprise, seeing how this is a mission that involves Borg. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Okay. Keep that remodulated. How's it going?
There are lights over there, except they're candles. The Borg will be drawn to it like moths to a flame. We need to protect the locals. Picking up life signs ahead. Some of them are Borg.
What do you want? Get away from us!
What the hell are those things? Robots? Zombies? Robot zombies?
Afraid something will happen. Take out those drones.
Alright, and... Uh-oh. But yeah, I hope everything's going good today. Oh, there's more of them up here. I think, yeah, I was gonna say, I think there's more of them here. I'm doing pretty good.
Do a memory wipe on the locals. They can't remember the Borg. Setting your tricorder to emit a neurolytic pulse should work.
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks very much. I have to probably have to go through my inventory after this.
Looks like the Borg have changed their tactics. They're avoiding Cochrane and the Enterprise crew and focusing on assimilating the locals. Makes sense. But they lost their ship. They lost their numerical advantage.
It's our best interest to keep it that way. Yes.
Here,
Oh,
I ran a quick scan of these drones. There's several references in their onboard nav systems to a location north of here. Designation Resource Node 01. We should check this out. Whatever they're up to isn't a good thing.
agreed. Let's go.
This area is clear.
Oh,
Picking up Borg signals to the north, though.
yes. Yes, you would be right about that. You'd be absolutely
Apparently, Resource
absolutely
Node
right.
01 is a garbage dump. There must be something of tactical value.
I don't think that did anything to that drone that was standing nearby. Uh-oh. Need to fix that. And they are all over the place down here.
Great. It smells and it's take them down.
It's over here exploding the propane. It's over here exploding all the propane tanks. Don't think they can adapt. Don't think they
Figure out what they were looking for here.
don't think they can adapt to the explosions there. Grab the boxes and the items before I do anything though.
Power amplifiers. Copper tubing.
This one.
And lithium batteries. Oh, hell. I think I know what they're doing here, and it's not good.
Is it ever?
Fair point. I think they're trying to build a transporter. They might have lost their ship, but there's a lot of Borg still in Enterprise. If they can beam those drones down here, this situation will go from bad to worse.
Indeed. Recommendations.
The complex isn't far. Let's make sure it's secure and then work on finding and dealing with this bootleg transporter.
Agreed. Move out. Alright, gotta move over here. Gotta move over here. So where you can hear the first contact dialogue if you linger well enough, but of course, we're gonna be kind of.
The Borg. Run a scan. Make sure Picard's team is all accounted for.
All right, scan. Naturally, of course, after we do this,
Speaking of Starfleet combat,
that brings.
Hold on. More Starfleet combat is inbound, but they're on Borg drones.
There. Yeah. Let me grab the things here. Yeah, I can hear the dialogue going off right now. But as mentioned, there's still more to this, so we're come over here. Getting pretty close to the end of this.
Perimeter's clear. I'm thinking that transmission tower's our next stop.
What is my plasma damage? I'm not entirely sure which one of my crew is wielding a plasma weapon, because I'm pretty sure I'm using Polaron weapons on the main character here. Take the weapons. All right. Keep that going. And there it is.
There it is. One bootleg Borg transporter. We need to take it out before this place is crawling with drones.
How can we make that happen?
There are 3 transporter pads. Each of them is powered by an array. I can send a feedback pulse from each array to the transporter pad it powers. It should be enough to overload and destroy the pad.
Won't take the Borg long to figure out what we're up to.
Yeah, there's that. You're gonna need to keep them off me while I work, or this plane will go sideways real fast. After we're taking care of the transporter pads, we'll deal with any drones in the area. And if we're lucky, that'll take care of this temporal crisis once and for all.
And if we're not?
Let's cross that bridge when we come to it, okay? Right now, we have a transporter to shut down. Ready to do this?
Yes, let's finish this.
Get me to the first array and I'll start disabling their transporter.
Of course, the first one's the easiest. I'm not entirely sure what.
Using a simple modulating cipher.
Yeah, of course, as the mission goes, as this segment goes along.
All right, this one's done. Let's go.
Nice. Defeated 1,000 Borg. Holy crap.
They're onto us.
Okay, seven's working on the second. Seven's working on the second pad. One of my away team is down. I don't know where the hell they're at. Let me pause just for a second. There.
Only one left. Stay with me. We can do this.
Yeah, no, I had to get my, uh-oh. Hold on. I see the comment. I do see the comment, but, yeah. I need to get my shield.
Fire here. Do something about that, okay?
Oh, to my way, we're down. There we go. Yeah, easier said than yeah, it's easier said than done when you're constantly being assaulted by drones, you know.
Got it. The transporter's out of
There we go. We just need to take But yeah, I see your thing. And yeah. Yeah, ain't surprised.
I think we're through the worst of it. I'm not picking up any Borg activity in the area. Nice work.
Hey, and the temporal crisis?
Over as far as you're concerned. I'll deal with all this Borg tech lying around. It's a mess, but my nanites will make short work of it. As for you, feel free to return to the present. Break, have a drink. You've definitely earned it.
Thank you. Take care of yourself, Seven. But yeah, it is pretty cool. It's always nice when they bring stuff in from the movies and such. And yeah, of course it disappears. Yeah, you don't see it for that long till the first contact day rolls around. Okay, hopefully I can queue up for Syth Wave faster. That's the reason I went straight into that mission. Let me clear off some of these. While I'm waiting, let me clear off some of these things. I don't remember if the Jem'Hadar actually used the food items. And I don't actually have any Ketracel white on me too. Ah, good. Yeah, good. That's exactly why I went straight into one night of Bozeman, because it was taking a little time to get Syth Wave geared up. It's fine. It's fine. It's just sometimes a little bit hard to concentrate. I have to glance over at the tablet. I do have to glance over at the tablet. I don't have two monitors here in front of me. So I can't see chat on one. And then look over to another one here. Would be nice, but I don't have the space. For it.
Captains, it is with solemn purpose that we ask you to partake in this simulation. History is often a teacher. It lets us analyze our mistakes and our triumphs. Indeed, the lessons of history can help us to better ourselves. To this end, you will be taught the tragedy of the Syth attack on Mars in 2385. The Syth are compromising the defense network. Engineers are stranded on the surface and need to be transported to safety. Rescued engineers can be beamed to transport vessels. Transports will rendezvous back at the orbital habitat to load additional refugees for evacuation. Engineers can also be transported to mothballed starships. Once there, they can activate those vessels to assist in the fight. Once resisting the Syth advances
All right.
tenable.
No, Commander Burgess is the only one there. Only one in this game.
Syth are turning the defense net against targets on Mars.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, Commander Burgess is the only one I've seen in this game with the purple collar. It's either usually the red, you know, the typical Star Trek thing, the red Oh. We need to get that down before they destroy that battleship. But other than him, I don't think I've seen anybody with. It's the typical red, gold, and blue. Red, gold, and blue. There. Beam the members over to the. Good. One of the things drives me crazy. I'm right there. Thanks. Like I mentioned, my half shield just went down real quick there. Apparently there was a sovereign there, and that right. Get them to the transport, and they take those over to the station. Somebody's got the Garrett cruiser. One of them's using a Cardassian ship. Click the thing. Oh my god. There's a cruiser docked in here. We'll see if we can. Oh, I forgot. Forgot about that. Let's get the the hurt ships out here too. Kind of linger right here, see if we can get them over to this cruiser. There. Alright, there's a frigate and a transport pretty close by, so that's what I need to. That's where I need to get over. Get over to. It's always nice having a carrier, mainly because the fighters or whatever can actually distract them while I'm. Well, it's funny because I don't think I've. I don't think I've gone out that far away from where the satellites are. Almost. Actually, no. I better. Oh, there's another command battle cruiser. I need three batches of a crew for that though. Nope. Stay within the circle, please. Ooh, this ship is not. I don't remember what it is. All I know is it's a carrier. I'll have to have a look once I'm done. I think it's one I bought from. It is one I bought from the store because the gym. It is one I bought. It is one I bought from the store because the Jem'Hadar. The only thing they get at the there. Now if I could figure out where that there. Or there. It is one I bought from the store, mainly because the Jim Hadar only get the fighter or the attack ship. Yes. No, this is a C store. This is a Oh my god. This is a C store. Am I not close enough to transport them to that battleship? This is a C store ship. I don't think I've ever gotten anything out of the lock boxes. Mainly because I haven't bought any keys or whatnot. I do have a character that has some keys that I got for free, but I haven't actually used them yet. I do need to do that, but don't expect to get anything out because of course they want you buying the keys. That's how they make the. Naturally, of course, they want you buying the keys and such, which I mean makes sense. That's how they get their money, but that is how they get their money mostly. But I don't prefer. If I want a thing, I'm just gonna grab it out of the store, or at least the ones I can. like I did with those Heritage Bundle ships. Oh, there's a cruiser. Whoa. Need to stay within the circle. Stay right here. While I get some crews over to that. Get some crews over to that cruiser. There. One problem, though, the problem I do have with some of the things, though, some of these particular ships, as you can tell, one of my stations isn't armed because I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to have there. Thankfully, it doesn't appear to be too much trouble. But once I get a chance, yeah, it's the Typhon, yeah, the Heritage Bundles, the Typhon, the Premonition, oh. Yeah, Typhon, Premonition. Yeah, Typhon, Premonition, and Achilles. The bundle itself was too much for me, so I just bought the ships separately. Well, I don't know. I see transports all over. Like I said, it amuses me that these things are just kind of sitting here, too. They're just kind of sitting here. These transports are just kind of sitting here letting the synth ships actually just assault them. The mothballed ships I kind of get, but... Any more circles within the parameter? Yeah, last stream I did. I was with my character that has the Achilles. I think that person's gonna grab that. Yep. that person, it kind of looks like they're using one from the new bundle that came out too. All right. I don't see any more circles, so it's just probably safe. Okay, there's a couple over here. This camera nonsense kind of drives me crazy now. Okay, somebody must have grabbed the circle I was going for over there, but that's fine. Doesn't matter as long as I get them to the thing and get them on the station. That's our thing.
Fall back to the station. The safe zone is only 15 kilometers in radius.
Yep.
The station is deploying additional transport and has begun evacuation procedures. Fall back to the station perimeter. Not let the Syth through.
I love that the freighter from the Nimbus thing heals the shuttles the fighters. We're almost at the point where we're almost at the section where we have to defend them while they escape. Yes, here we.
Transports en route to Beacon Alpha are requesting protection.
All right, it's just keep all the ships safe until they can get out. Yep, there's the person using the Garrett. Which, funny enough, I have on my other Dominion character. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna finish this event. I've already done one night in Bozeman, as you notice. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm doing Axiom, mainly because I want the cosmetic from that. I think the XB award from that outfit actually looked pretty good on a Jem'Hadar. And that's a pretty. Thank you, Commander. And if memory serves, I haven't done it in a while. I haven't done that in a while. And if memory serves, that's a pretty long mission in itself. I love how those torpedoes can change direction in mid-flight if their target gets destroyed. Crazy torpedo spread. all over here. Oh, they're all over here. I was wondering where they all disappeared to. Okay. Yeah, transports are out now. It's time for the other ships. Hey, that's fine. That's fine. To be honest, I do need to pause after this mission. To be honest, I do need to pause after this mission, get a little more coffee myself too. Luckily, the dog's over there on the bed. Unlike last night when I was playing Clover Pit, and she was being wild. Over there asleep, which is good because hopefully she won't fall off the bed this time. What are we remaining? I think cruisers, the battleship, and the frigate. Those are the ones that need to get out of here before the mission. Oh.
The simulation is now concluded. Though it may not seem it, that was a fine showing. In the face of insurmountable odds, your actions would have saved many lives had you been present on that fateful day. Well done.
Boom. Gamma marks. Alright. Bailey. She's a shit suit. She's kind of a shit. Yeah, how she acts most of the time is like a little shit when she's not asleep. She's pretty good though. Now let me have a look at my ship. What did I say this is? Ah, it's just a Jem'Hadar Dreadnought cruiser. I think. I don't know if this must be a. Yeah, it's a tier 5. This is a tier 5 ship. What was that? Oh, I was gonna pause and go get some more coffee. All right, I'll be right back. All right.
Greetings. Hugh, Director of the Cooperative Borg and Borg Reclamation Project speaking. I am reaching out to you as Command has spoken very highly of your accomplishments. In particular, I'm told you're experienced in dealing with a variety of Borg. Another incursion is taking place in the Ramazad system. Can you meet me there? I'll send you my coordinates upon arrival. I'm still waiting to hear back from other allies. We'll need all the backup we can get.
No, yeah, I get you.
Always a choice.
No, I get you. Normally, of course, I usually use tier 6 ships, but this one's using a tier 5 ship. Upgraded tier 5, of course. All right. I haven't done this in a while. To be honest, I'm surprised I didn't get this one. This was the big thing.
What a surprise! I didn't expect to see you here. I'm responding to a call from Director Hugh of the Cooperative Borg. The Lucara Concordium has recently chosen me as their ambassador for all things Borg. He asked me to join him here to help with another incursion. I've been here for quite a while now. I'm not sure he's coming. Are you here to help as well?
That's right, but his absence is concerning.
I agree. He's typically quite punctual. So I've heard, anyway. find the director together. With your permission, I'll set up a sensor link so that our ships can share any data we find.
Well, for a tier 5 ship, it's actually worked pretty good. But of course, I've also put one of those experimental ship upgrades on it too to up its stats a little bit. Permission granted. Let's do it.
Sensor link is active. Let's start with the ship debris up ahead.
Well,
Let's see. Sensors are picking up microscopic fragments of advanced regenerative circuitry. Nanites.
maybe I need to. Maybe I need.
Let's see. Sensors are picking up microscopic fragments of advanced regenerative circuitry. Nanites. And
That was weird.
centralized control system debris. This is most certainly a full and cooperative probe. Something must have happened to their fleet. Let's hurry. There's more debris over there.
That was weird. I think maybe it's because I was just not within range of the
Scans
skip.
indicate high-density alloy and further bulk circuitry fragments. Disruptive, not regenerative. In any case, this is not cooperative debris. The quantum signature doesn't even match our universe.
No, there's something going on with the scanning.
Scans indicate high-density alloy and further bulk circuitry fragments. Disruptive, not regenerative. In any case, this is not cooperative debris. The quantum signature doesn't even match our universe.
No, that's weird. I was within the scan deal, and it had me do it twice. One of the updates probably borked. One of the updates probably borked the mission, which ain't a surprise. Which ain't a surprise. Seems like every time they update the game, they. Oh,
Incoming! Well done. That certainly explains the debris' quantum signature. Let's continue. I see a final cluster of debris up ahead.
actually, those control board actually make a nice blue when they blow up. Yeah, yeah. That's you talking about the outfit. Yeah, that's fine once I get it.
Fractal alloy is unlike any debris I've ever seen. It's protected by a quantum dispersal field. Someone must have come back to scatter the ship's debris signature. Its origin is untraceable.
That scan worked pretty normal. I didn't have to do that one twice.
Heads up! Subspace sensors are picking up residual distortion nearby. A warp trail.
I was gonna put it on my Gorn.
Calibrating sensor array frequency.
Oh my God, Kamarki, please.
Thermal decay and subspace phase variances suggest this warp trail is 2 hours old. We should get closer.
I was gonna.
Might be survivors.
Oh my God,
Oh dear. Sensor readings are fluctuating erratically due to the magnetic properties of dense asteroids nearby. It's the Harmony. What's Tassin Faye's ship doing here? Perhaps Tassin Faye was called in to help as well. The vessel seems to be suffering from multiple systems failures. They may require assistance. Shall we send out a hail?
Okay, now that she's gonna stop talking since she's in a text box. Yeah, I was actually gonna use it on my Gord, my other KDF or one of my KDF characters, but even though I had it for that character, it didn't show up. It didn't show up as an option, which is unfortunate. I think it's probably just because of the size of the character. It may fit on a more humanoid character like the Gemidar here. Let's. Comms open hailing frequencies. Admiral Kamarke, please proceed.
Oh, right. Starship Harmony, this is Admiral Kumar K of the LSS Ruskava. Come in. Tassin Faye, do you copy? No response. Complete comm silence. I know this
try an energy field scan first.
You're right. Let's proceed with caution.
Scanner's ready.
It's no use. The magnetic properties of the denser asteroids near the ship are interfering with our scans.
We could use the tractor beam to move the Harmony away from the area.
An excellent idea. I'll send out an encoded subspace transmission detailing our intentions. I should be able to transmit it on a narrow enough frequency for it to bypass the interference, but we're unlikely to be met with a response, I'm afraid. Here's hoping Tassin Fey is able to receive it, and that we aren't breaking with any Atherian customs.
Doesn't look like we have a choice.
Right. I have identified a section of the Ramizad system where signals are not compromised by the asteroids. Meet me there.
Got that? I'll move the Harmony.
Who would have thought that you'd be towing the Harmony today?
I don't think I can actually go to full impulse. Yeah, I can't go to full impulse while using the tractor beam. They do have Atherian ships in the lot boxes. Makes me wonder if they'll ever put this one as a playable deal.
The ship is still too close to the asteroids. Just a little further.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of sucks when... Yeah, it kind of...
It's working. The interference is subsiding.
Yeah,
I suggest we try a final hail before we scan again.
yeah, I've had pieces...
Starship Harmony, this is Admiral Kumarke. Do you copy? Starship Harmony, do you require assistance? Nothing. I'll consult with my comms officer.
Yeah, I've had cosmetic issues with my Gorn character. Some of the previous Borg pieces don't fit on him either.
Ensign Farunte, what's your assessment?
The Harmony might be experiencing a communications blackout, Admiral. This is likely unrelated to the interference caused by any asteroids.
Well, time really could be of the essence. We still have no idea where the director is or if he's alright. And I'm beginning to worry that the same might be said of Tassin Fey.
It'd be pretty neat. Yeah, it does look like a pyramid. It looks like an upside down pyramid though, now that you do mention it. You're right. I'll scan the Harmony.
This doesn't look good. Shields are lowered. I'm not detecting any breaches, so it must have been done voluntarily. The scans also indicate that the atmospheric conditions aboard the ship are highly unusual, and only just able to accommodate other species. Furthermore, the ship itself is exhibiting properties that are consistent with a multidimensional vortex. It's as if it is phasing in and out of existence. Or at least parts of it seem to be.
Sounds serious. Beam
What's
down.
more, multiple
Oh,
sections
whoops.
of the ship seem to be under strict lockdown.
Sounds serious. Beam down without authorization might be our only option.
I agree. I recommend we stay on high alert. Who knows what caused the ship's partial lockdown? This mission could be quite dangerous, especially if the Atherians are unresponsive.
I just say it looks like a upside down pyramid. Ship itself is technically still upright. Kumarke, are you sure you want to come?
Quite sure, but I do appreciate you asking. I would rather face my fears head on than retreat to the proverbial shadows. It's been quite good for me. I feel empowered, actually.
In that case, we better get going.
You read my mind. The ship's systems should have logged our attempts at establishing contact before beaming down. That said, I'm not sure I trust the accuracy of any of our current scans, given the situation. One last thing. I do recommend we leave our bridge officers behind for now. I don't feel comfortable sending anyone else down there before conducting a preliminary assessment.
I'll meet you there. We only beam down ourselves at the moment. Bridge officers do join us a little bit. Nah, the ship's not scanning anything at the moment. It's a little bit stuck.
This interior. It's beautiful.
Well, it won't be for long.
It looks like the hallway behind us is locked. In fact, this room is under full lockdown, which I suspect will be true of most of the rooms we will encounter aboard the Harmony. Bypassing security lockouts might require some thinking outside the triangle. Or box? It's an Earth saying. I suggest we take a look around. Perhaps there's another way out. Let's tread carefully.
I'll lead the way. No, I don't like skipping dialogue in this, unless of course I'm on the same character and I need to restart or something. That'll be the only time I do. Don't like skipping the dialogue at all.
Maybe this will allow us to open the door to the hallway behind us.
Let's try it. And given what we saw as we beamed in, that would be no.
No, the security clearance required to bypass this console is too high. We won't be able to go this way. Let's look around. Optimizing tricorders for environmental scanning. What a unique structure.
Alright, scan thing.
Optimizing for material analysis. Incredible. These polygonal wall structures act as data nodes. It appears they store recordings of events that have happened aboard the ship. They contain both visual and auditory data. You don't suppose we're being watched, do you?
Certainly possible.
In any case, it looks like this room's lockdown has been bypassed. Let's try the console by the other door. There must be a way forward.
I'll take the lead. Yeah, of course. We ain't going back that way because there's no section on the map for it. Alright.
Well done. Alright, we'd better stay alert. We don't know what the consequences of bypassing the security measures aboard this ship are. For all we know, it could mean a variety of automated countermeasures, or perhaps none at all, given the situation. Let's keep scanning for abnormalities along the way until we get to the bottom of this.
Agree. Let's go.
Lead the way. It's very empty in here. I wonder where all the crew members are.
Another console. Whoop, that's not what I meant to do. Fingers slipped a little bit too close to the key, to the dumb pad there.
That's what Tarsine Fay always says.
Like a guiding principle.
Could I have a word?
Of course.
I'm feeling a little uneasy. No, not about the possibility of finding a Borg incursion aboard. It's about the comment I made earlier, about being watched. It was meant to be light-hearted, but I'm starting to think we are being monitored. It doesn't help that this room is on lockdown as well, and it looks like the security clearances increase the further along we get. We'll need to get creative again.
How about the data node system we scanned? We could reverse engineer it.
Interesting.
Instead of recording in real time, we could recalibrate the output so that the node plays back a recording from the past. At some point, someone aboard this ship must have input the console code needed to unlock this room. Such a recording might also provide us with insight into what happened aboard the Harmony.
I take it the nodes are encrypted.
Spot on! I would need to input some kind of information about the data we want to access in order to bypass any encrypted subroutines. In theory, this would allow me to recalibrate the node's parameters to play back an older recording, though I'd have to reconfigure the node's memory buffer array to act as a hollow matrix interface instead. In other words, the node will no longer function as a recording subsystem, but as a hollow emitter, activated by a
Remodulated track order. That could work.
I have to say, even though I'm not pleased about reverse engineering Atherian technology without authorization, the science behind this is quite exciting. Hopefully, Tassin Fei will understand.
It's a risk we have to take.
If you scan the room for information, I will begin recalibrating the node's parameters.
Let's get to work. Yeah, I didn't do the
Configuring memory array to optimize for hollow emission output.
Alright, scan this one.
Remodulating tricorders.
Yeah, she
Integrating environmental data to bypass encryptions. Done. The system is active. Shall we give it a try?
Yeah, she's having issues with the Borg mission, with the missions ahead of this. You know, the Borg.
In that case, please follow me.
Some of the missions involving the Borg. Oh. Alright, scan the thing.
This technology looks like a fragment of a larger piece.
And of course, they're stagnant because yeah, the deal that we came in through.
Director Hugh, it is good to finally meet you face to face.
So, you said you needed help.
It worked! So, both Director Hugh and Tassin Fei were aboard the Harmony. What's more, the decay rate of the chronoton particles emitted by these projections placed the recording approximately 1 hour before the Harmony's warp trail signature in Ramizad. It's likely that whatever battle took place out there occurred after the director beamed aboard. Curious. It's a start. However, I'm sure you've noticed that these recording fragments are both static and out of order. The node's harmonic emitters didn't take too kindly to being tampered with. I doubt we'll be able to play out the full animated sequence of events. That said, we should be able to realign the data and unlock the full recording if we place these fragments in the right order.
Leave that to me.
Place these fragments in the correct order. What happened first?
Tassin Fei greets Director Hugh and his officers.
Right. Tassin Fei welcomed Director Hugh and his bridge officers aboard the Harmony. What happened then?
Director Hugh scans a piece of technology.
After Tassin Fei welcomed Director Hugh and his bridge officers aboard, Director Hugh scanned a piece of technology which he considered to be part of a fragment of a larger piece. So, naturally...
Tassin Fei, Director Hugh and his officers leave.
The fragments have been placed in the correct order. First, Tassin Fei welcomed Director Hugh and his team aboard the ship. Then, Director Hugh scanned some technology which was part of a larger piece. Lastly, Tassin Fei asked Director Hugh and his officers to follow her, so they all left the room. We did it! Right. I've fed the data back into the node, in the correct order this time. We should be able to play the full sequence of events now. Remember, it's likely to be visually incomplete due to the harmonics malfunction within the node, but the acoustics shouldn't be affected. Shall we?
Let's watch.
Director Hugh, it is good to finally meet you face to face. I have heard a lot about you and your skill set.
Leader Justine Fay, please call me Hugh. Likewise, I've heard a lot about the Atherians.
They all disappear.
So,
Oh.
you said you needed help.
Yes, a piece of Borg technology has been found aboard the Harmony. We may be compromised.
Let's see. You're right. This is control board technology, all right. And yet, the energy signature isn't an exact match. This technology looks like a fragment of a larger piece. We'll need to locate the rest of it before I can make an assessment.
Of course, our diplomatic quarters are available should you wish to stay longer for this assessment. Please excuse the furnishing. Under normal circumstances,
Oh, they're
we
over
would
here.
dress our rooms for all our guests.
Well, these circumstances are far from normal. But that won't be necessary. We won't be staying long.
I see. How unfortunate. Perhaps another time. In that
They
case,
come over
please
there,
follow me.
over there, and they leave through that door.
Great teamwork. We've pieced it all together. It looks like Director Hugh and his officers beamed aboard the Harmony to help Tossine Fay identify a piece of...
Control board technology.
Exactly. Fortunately, the data node recording also shows the console code used by Tossine Fay to bypass security. I suggest we look out for other consoles along the way. Perhaps we'll be able to use this method again. This probably also won't be the last data node we'll be able to interact with aboard the ship. Right, let's move on, shall we?
Oh, enter the console code.
So, it seems like the starship debris we found earlier might have been control Borg then. If we proceed, the door behind us will likely lock. We'll need to choose a path.
I go this way. Kumarke is fine. Better than some of the,
Right behind you.
Kumarke is fine. I don't mind.
Look. It
Okay.
seems like a struggle may have taken place here.
Now, I'm not fond of the Discovery characters, but of course that's because I just don't like Discovery in general.
It's one of Director Hugh's officers. We better help them. Shields are still down. We can stabilize them and beam them out.
On it.
This isn't good. We need to figure out what happened here. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I see a data node.
That's the spirit. Our tricorders are already remodulated and optimized for holographics. If you gather information to bypass the encryption subroutines, I'll get started on the node's parameters.
I'll see what I can find. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. A lot of the voice actors.
I'm feeling less guilty about tampering with Atherian technology. Our allies could be in danger.
A lot of the voice actors did work on previous Star Trek things.
Parameters.
And I'm not talking about the,
Got it.
and of course I'm,
Should be ready to play.
and of course I'm not talking about the main actors and such.
I will leave lead you to our lower decks.
Oh. Over here.
Watch out!
Well, it ain't just Spock. It ain't just Spock. It ain't just Leonard Nimoy. There's a lot of. It ain't just Leonard Nimoy. There's a lot of original Star Trek actors that did voices for this.
What are you doing?
It worked! Unlike the last recording we watched, these initial fragments seem to be in the right order. That means Tasim Fey was leading Director Hugh and his officers to the lower decks of the ship. After that, something or someone attacked them. This part seems right. However, my scans indicate the presence of corrupted data located inside the memory buffers. One of the following fragments does not align with the expected data intervals of the recording. That is to say, one of the recordings of Director Hugh was added later on. It was artificially injected into the data sequence.
Let's see. Yeah, Chekhov, Janeway, Harry Kim, the Doctor, and yeah, Scotty. They couldn't get Scotty for the obvious reason, so they got his son to do that voice. Basically, if a main character does a voice in here, they either get the actor to do it or get the actor to do it or such. But I'm talking about the minor roles too. So it's not a surprise that the minor voice actors also had parts in Star Trek as well. Falsified fragment added to the data node.
Perhaps. We can't rule it out. But that doesn't seem like something the Control Borg would do. It seems a little too calculated, don't you think? In any case, we need to make a choice and identify the artificial fragment so we can remove the corrupted data and access the rest of the recording.
Leave it to me.
Which fragment was artificially added to the data node?
Hell, even Hugh here from his Iborg and Descent appearances is the actor too. Is like the actor too. Control Borg fired at Director Hugh's bridge officer.
Right. An unknown construct appeared from beyond the portal and attacked the group. The falsified fragment has been identified. First, Tasim Fey told Director Hugh and his bridge officers that she would lead them to the lower decks of the ship. But then, an unknown construct attacked Director Hugh and his bridge officers from beyond the portal. One of his bridge officers was left wounded. Well done. That's it. It wasn't a control Borg that fired at Director Hugh's officer, but an unknown construct. It seems Atherian? The corrupted data has been removed successfully. The full sequence of events is now ready to play. Unfortunately, the harmonics are acting up again, so expect some fragmentation. The system is active. Let's play its last recording.
Yeah, you're talking about Nog. Yeah, both Nog and Odo had parts in this. Fortunately, both their actors, as you mentioned, their actors passed away too, which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Let's watch it.
It is a shame you are not staying
What?
longer.
Oh.
We have much to discuss. I am curious about the liberated Borg.
Well, the path of the liberated Borg is not easy.
Gotta keep.
helping others overcome their past so they can grow.
Indeed. If you'd follow me, I will lead you to our lower decks.
You said this is where you found the control Borg boarding party?
And
Do you know how they were able to bypass your shields?
We are uncertain. Several malfunctions have been reported. No conclusions have been drawn yet.
yep, there's
What
the
are
thing.
you doing?
This was not supposed to happen.
Get behind me!
My word, so that's what actually happened. It seems like an Atherian security system of some sort attacked Director Hugh and his officers. But by Luca, I cannot imagine why someone would come back afterwards to plant a falsified recording implicating the Borg. It's beyond me.
Does seem odd.
In any case, Tassine Fay's remark is important. If the Atherian security system has gone rogue, there might be more for us to worry about than Control Borg. Fortunately, this recording also shows the console code used to activate this portal. I suppose it will lead to the lower decks. Here's the code. Will you do the honors?
Let's see what lies ahead. Oh, over here. Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that. That was so long ago. Some of the words can't be translated. And
I believe this calls for the Earth saying, "Here goes nothing."
whoop, into the portal.
These lower decks sure are darker.
Little spoopy down here. It's a little spoopier down here.
A word?
Everything all right?
Yes. I mean, I think so. I feel confident that we are on the right track, especially after seeing both Director Hugh and Tassine Fay pass through here. And yet, I just feel unsettled. There's something not quite right about all of this. Do you feel it too?
I do. Stay close.
Before we move on, I want to make sure you know that you can count on me. Entirely. Last time we underwent a mission together, I told you I wasn't certain I'd be a reliable ally against Borg forces. That's not the case anymore. I feel stronger than ever. Although I still have some reservations, I won't be showing up late to the party this time.
You got my back, I've got yours.
Well, I'm glad that's settled. Let's get back to business. This room...
Contains data nodes.
Exactly. You know the drill. If you search the room for information, I'll begin recalibrating the data node's parameters. Those encryption subroutines won't stand a chance.
Let's get started.
I admit, I'm feeling apprehensive. What we're about to see next could be very telling. Integrating the environmental information.
This one. Thankfully, there's only 2 of these in here this time. Like I mentioned, this is a...
Bypassing encryptions.
Like I mentioned, this is
All
a...
done. The fragments are ready to play.
Mentioned this is a long mission.
Requesting immediate backup.
There has been a grave misunderstanding.
This one right here.
Fret not, Director. We will not let you perish. You shall be conserved.
foolish. Did they really get into some kind of near-fatal altercation? I can't even imagine it. Tassian Fay is our ally and friend. There must be more to this.
I agree. Strange. Falsified data again?
Unfortunately, my scans suggest that the node's memory buffer may be overloaded. Over time, this could lead to slight alterations in recorded material due to deletions or simplifications, for example. So rather than an artificial addition, it seems to be a corruption of the original events. There should be some truth to this scenario, but something's off. We'll need to identify the altered fragment and restore it to its original form in order to play the full sequence of events.
Leave it to me.
Which data node fragment was altered?
Director Hugh fell to the ground, critically wounded.
The altered fragment has been identified. Director Hugh raised his weapon at Tassian Fay, but he was not critically wounded. Finally, Tassian Fay lifted his body out of the room. By Lucar, we did it! I was hoping for this outcome. Hopefully this means that Director Hugh was not gravely injured. Let's see what actually happened here. The full sequence is ready to play.
Let's play it. Yeah, next generation. Next generation. Yes, I do. It's the next generation.
Requesting immediate backup.
There has been a grave misunderstanding.
I can see that. What the hell is going on here?
Our security system is registering you and your officers as Prime Borg.
Tassine Fay, I really don't want to take down your construct. Get them to stand down.
I understand. This won't be necessary. You will be neutralized until we can repair our systems.
Neutralized? Okay, we might be getting lost in translation, but that's what happened.
Fret not, Director. We will not let you perish.
Also, this officer right here is found a little bit in a further room. I don't know how they moved.
You shall be conserved and uplifted anew.
That's it. Director Hugh was neutralized by Tassian Fay in an effort to protect him, I suppose? And it looks like his wounded bridge officer made it out of the room.
Alright, that explains
Well,
that.
if the director and his officers are registering as enemy Borg to the Atherian security system, then there's no telling how it will register us. After all, you and I have both had dealings with the Borg that have left us changed. Thankfully, the recording once again shows the console code Tassian Fay used to get out of this room. However, perhaps we should stop tampering with the data nodes from now on.
Good call. What about the neutralization?
Tassian Fay's choice seems somewhat abrupt. It certainly wouldn't be acceptable by Lucari diplomatic standards. But if she intends to uplift him anew, as she said, perhaps she only meant to conceal Director Hugh's biosigns from her security system.
I don't know. I don't like it, Admiral.
Atherian customs could be wildly different from mine or yours. Perhaps this is not as transgressive as it seems.
Even so, the director was right to call for help.
I agree. Let's input the console code so we can move on and beam in some backup. The coordinates might be a little off as we are unfamiliar with the Harmony's exotic interdimensional topography. Beam-in could be delayed, and the exact arrival position unknown.
Let's hope for the best.
Admiral Kumarke to the Riskava. We are requesting backup aboard the Harmony. Director Hugh is down. I repeat, Director Hugh is down.
Admiral Kumarke, this is Ensign Varunte reporting in. We have no struggling to get a lock on your position. We'll beam someone down as soon as we can.
Copy that, Varunte. Right. Let's not waste a moment.
Technically, Kamarke wasn't assimilated. All my characters before this mission, however, were by the Mirror Borg, so yeah, that makes sense. They'd probably more target me than they would her, and I think they'd only target her because she's tampering with the, she's had to tamper with the,
That's Director Hughes' other officer. Let's stabilize them and beam them out.
Nah, that's fine. That's fine. I get it. Don't worry. I misspell things all the time. On it. Thought I clicked that, but apparently not.
Watch out!
Yeah.
Control Borg ahead. No match for us.
No, but they are lingering around the area.
Unsurprisingly, this room is also on lockdown. We'll need to figure out how to move on without a recording of Tarsim Faye's console code. We could take a swift look around. Any insight into the Atherians could be valuable to us.
Let's do it.
What an incredible astrometrics laboratory. I never imagined Atherians to be galactic strategists, though.
Okay, examine the thing.
Perhaps they are less quick to trust others than I had originally thought. This star chart shows an array of interlinked gateways placed across a vast number of alternate dimensions.
Examine the console.
Fascinating. I haven't seen many other species use gateways as a means of transportation.
And there we go. Yeah, rest is untranslatable.
Cybernetic onslaught. It seems these military texts describe the battle the Atherians fought against the Borg, as well as other civilizations. This retelling is much less grim than I would have imagined. Didn't they say the Borg decimated their entire universe? Perhaps the military texts hold the key to our exit.
Alright, unlock the thing.
That didn't work.
Whoops.
That's it. Well done.
Okay, and
Lead the way.
we're out.
Rogue security system
Whoop.
constructs up ahead.
Whoops, so yeah, not just the board that we have to face. Luckily I don't have to worry about adapting, remodulating my weapons to deal with these.
Let's keep moving.
I think both these rooms actually contain items.
Look out.
Of course they also
Borg heading our way.
contain Borg too.
Coming in from other sections of the ship.
Click the thing, please.
Are these Atherian living quarters?
Alright.
Oddly enough, it sort of looks familiar.
Hey, let me check the thing here. Polar weapons.
Look out!
Yeah.
Control Borg heading our way.
And I don't know if there's an accolade for getting anything past 1,000 Borg, but we're definitely working on it if there is. And a shield. Alright. Luckily there wasn't as many Borg in that room as there was the last one.
Oh my. It's a whole wall of Grandad Bexes. But why? Perhaps this is how Atherians honor their fallen.
I don't know if I have to examine. I don't know if I have to examine the entire thing to get that achievement, but if that was the case, yeah, I kind of don't have time. Kind of don't have.
Picking up life signs nearby. Admiral Kumar K to the Rescava, requesting an immediate status report.
Admiral Kumarke, this is Ensign Varunte reporting in. We've got a lock on your position. Who should we send in?
My crew should be enough.
Understood. I'll send the coordinates over to your team. They should be with you soon.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not surprised about that. I'm not surprised about that. Of course, I can't do that. Can't do that here, mainly because I've already run long as it is right now. Copy that, Ensign Verente.
And Ensign? Tell them to be careful, please. This ship is packed with Borg.
And a rogue security system.
It seems the Atherians use these energy portals to get from one level of their ship to the next. I wonder how many there are aboard the Harmony.
And what they lead to.
In any case, this Atherian portal is already open.
Here goes nothing.
Admiral Kumarke, this is Ensign Varunte. Did the crew make it?
They did, and not a moment too soon, Varunte. I'm picking up life signs further ahead on this deck of the ship. Localized interference makes them hard to identify, but it could be Director Hugh and Tassin Faye.
Let's go.
I'll be right behind you.
Yeah, this is a long mission.
It seems there are no data nodes in this room. And still no signs of Director Hugh or Tassin Faye. Without the recordings and console codes, we'll need to rely on environmental information alone to move forward.
Agreed. I'll look around.
Let's try the console at the end of the room. Neurodrills? Hydroponics pods? Is this a sick bay or a science lab?
Alright. Access this.
Nothing here. We'll have to keep looking. Rogue security system incoming! Our console interaction must have activated that.
Alright.
They're stronger than the last one.
These constructs aren't that tough. Although, of course, standing within the path once they activate that telegraph attack. However, once they activate that telegraphed attack, however, is probably not recommended.
Quite the interruption. Now, where were we?
Another Atherian Axiom, but redacted.
It does seem like a line from Tassin Faye's Axiom. Through harmony we are secure, through unity we are strong. Perhaps the redactions are an added security measure. The words seem to have been superimposed with others that cannot be translated, not unlike a palimpsest. But if this line reads anything like the other two, then I'm not sure why a redaction is needed.
I don't recall a third line.
Me neither. Not in any of my interactions with Tassin Faye. Either way, this unfortunately doesn't help us unlock the door.
Right, let's keep looking. I'll get to that I'll get to that a little bit later. This comes first before I finish the. I gotta finish this before I do anything else. Rest is missing. Is there a console I'm missing? Oh.
This is a partial biomedical display of Atherian energy readings.
Yes. Well, I'm not streaming it. I'm playing it after. I'm not streaming it, but I will.
These readings indicate the presence of enhanced sensory organs, regenerative internal probes, and an energy-based core. It looks like the Atherian anatomical composition is 70% biological, 30% mechanical, and the rest of the data is missing. Strange.
Let's log the data. Move on.
Perhaps there's another console in this room that contains the access code to the door.
Well,
Heads up, rogue security system incoming again. Predictable, I suppose.
Yeah, but I'll be playing. It is something else I play, but I ain't gonna be streaming. I ain't gonna be streaming it. But I gotta get all this. I gotta get this complete first before I do anything else. I gotta get this.
Likely due to a perceived increase in threat level aboard the ship.
Well, we have been messing with their stuff. I don't know why it gave me a tactical. I don't know why it gave me a tactical thing, because this ain't a tactical character.
Oh, I'm glad that's over. Let's try another console. That's it. The door is open.
This should be the.
Detecting a lifetime. Cognitive functions are compatible with the cooperative Borg. We're getting closer. What is this place? Look! It's Director Hugh! We'd better check his vitals.
Alright. Scan.
The Director's life signs are stable, but he's been put into a stasis. Scans show the pods are equipped with an integrated dispenser valve and a medical interface connected to the ship's console system. We should be able to wake the Director up by using a console command to activate the pod's dispenser. We just need to modify the output to release some sort of powerful stimulant.
How about cortisine?
That would do it.
I'll get started.
Look out! It's the Atherian security system!
They must wind up knocking me out there.
We can hardly catch a break, can we? Let's activate the pod's dispenser.
Alright. Alright. Of course.
Excellent. The cordrazine should kick in shortly.
Let's get the Director out.
It looks like getting out of this pod from the inside is the tricky part. From out here, it should be relatively simple.
Agreed. Localized EMP burst would do.
Excellent idea. Not my speciality, though, I'm afraid. Indeed, we could target the control panel with a localized EMP to fry the locking mechanism. we could also recalibrate the control panel to bypass security parameters altogether.
Or try deciphering the access code.
The choice is yours.
I'll decipher the access code.
Let's give it a try.
Science officer. One of the few times the career choices actually makes a difference.
We can open the pod.
All right.
Director Hugh. Are you okay?
Where are my officers?
They're safe. They're on the Rescava. We beamed them out, but we've yet to find Tassin Faye.
Forget Faye. We need to get off this ship. I'm worried about Tassin Faye too, but not the way you are. The Atherians? They've been lying to us. Here, look.
It's the missing data from the Atherian lab.
Through harmony, we are secure.
These biosigns.
Through unity, we are strong.
I don't understand. They're consistent with...
Borg. Yes. But also...
Through fusion, we are victorious.
Iconians.
Well, and
Look out!
I'm sure we'll be seeing that thing later on. I don't know how much later.
A problem for later. Its escape has triggered some kind of red alert. Shields are up.
Damn, there goes our plan of beaming out.
Yep. Can't be that
There
easy.
might be another way.
Yep, of course, can't be that easy.
Not the way I'd usually greet an ally of your distinction, but I suppose this is somewhat of a unique situation. I'll save the details of my gratitude for later. Needless to say, I owe you one. As for our escape plan, the raised shields do pose a problem. However, during my brief time aboard the Atherian ship, I learned that beaming out might not be the only option at our disposal.
We've also learned a few things. Admiral Kamarke?
Right. The Harmony's wall structures act as data nodes that store recordings of past events that have happened aboard the ship. We reverse engineered the nodes in order to play them back, much like a holo recording.
Actually, Director, your neutralization was the last recording we watched.
Your creativity is commendable. Well, however daunting that must have seemed, Tassin Faye's neutralization wasn't as effective as she'd hoped. It looks like the Atherians don't know enough about liberated Borg biology to knock us out entirely. Not yet, anyway. While I was being carried through the Atherian lab, slipping in and out of consciousness, I managed to send out a nanoprobe I had pre-programmed to scout for situational intel.
Missing data from the science lab?
Correct. This nanoprobe retrieves key data that is considered either useful or harmful. In this case, that included the hybrid Borg and Iconian biological composition of the Atherians, which the probe classified as potentially harmful. However, that's not all. The nanoprobe also detected massive energy spikes coming from a room on this level, up ahead. The energy type is consistent with the one emitted by the ship's portals. My guess is gateway technology.
An Iconian gateway.
It could be Iconian. Hard to say. Your guess is as good as mine. Most importantly, my intelligence suggests the Atherians are not on their side. Or ours. At least not for now.
For now?
Well, as a liberated Borg, or XB, as we used to call ourselves, I have hope that any civilization or individual might be open to reform. If they are anything like the Borg, or ancient Iconians we know of, then there might be a way to help them. But this isn't a hypothesis I'll live to test out if we don't get moving. That's a lesson I learned the hard way on another mission. So let's table this talk for a safer environment.
Let's go.
Let's get out of here before more pots explode.
Uniform shouldn't take that. Uniform shouldn't take that long. I'll get it. I need to transport back to Kronos.
The Harmony's defenses have locked the path behind us. The only way onward is forward.
Copy that, Director.
Call me Hugh. I've spent far too many stardates as a nameless.
Here it is. What are those?
Assimilation pods. Heads up. We've got company.
Yep, and click the thing, please.
Typically, I recommend setting phasers to stun, but that's a dance of assimilation I'd rather avoid, Admiral. Another hostile wave of Atherians incoming.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Your reputation precedes you. Well done.
Stay out of the light. Oh my god. Alright. Crap. Revive, please.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, luckily they took out the took out the things before they came over there and revived me, so
My nanoprobe is detecting elevated levels of gamma radiation nearby.
yeah, I know, right?
The Harmony's core.
Granddad Bex.
The Atherians have lowered some sort of fractal containment fields blocking our path.
Leave it to me. I've become quite the expert on Atherian security systems.
Understood.
We gotta take out. Yeah, we gotta take out a group of them here.
Resist and you shall crumble. Accept and you shall ascend.
Another one? This influx seems endless.
Some of them just kind of standing there until they actually decide that. Oh.
How's it looking, Admiral?
And of course, cameras being a little bit uncooperative sometimes. Jackals are proven to be.
Containment field has been lowered.
Jackals are proven.
Collaboration is fruitful. Why such discord in the face of harmony?
Click the thing, please.
He is teleporting away. That's our chance. Let's get out of here.
All right, here we go. Yeah, this is a long mission. I think I've said that.
You're right about that gateway technology.
It's a long mission, which I'm pretty sure I've said multiple times. Okay, we'll get it.
Containment field protecting a cube-shaped reactor core.
Looks familiar, right? If only my tour had started in this room.
It's quite the display for a reactor core. It must be important to them.
Oh!
Trapped again. It did seem too easy.
You're right, Hugh. These granddad vexes are beaming in with no end in sight.
There must be another way to defeat them. all ears.
If we lower its containment field, we could fire at the reactor core to initiate a breach.
What about the gamma radiation leaking into the room and the potential?
Okay, I'm trying to move, but some of the abilities not been cooperative.
Emergency power transfer protocol. This would divert all main energy back to the core's containment field, interrupting Atherian transporters.
And likely divert power from the fractal containing fields too. Hell of a plan, Admiral.
And we'd have to backtrack into the room to carry it out.
Yep.
A risk worth taking. Let's do it.
I will get to work on this fractal containment field.
Did not want to roll there. I just kind of wanted, did not want to roll there. Just kind of wanted to. Alright, we gotta go back this way.
Let's act quickly. The Atherians aren't messing around.
I'm on it. Cover me. Reconfiguring security parameters.
Interesting that some of them have shields. Interesting that some of them have shields and some of them do not.
How much longer, Admiral?
Yeah.
We've got 5.
Done. The magnetic containment field has been lowered.
There we go.
Target the reactor core.
There we go.
Radiation levels are rising. We need to leave.
Let's go.
The control panel is malfunctioning. Cover me. I just need a couple of seconds.
Your second life awaits you, Hugh.
There. It's open. Where's Hugh?
There's something I need to do.
Radiation levels are too high. We need to leave. Emergency systems might seal this section off. This could be our last chance.
I know. That's why you should go ahead without me.
You can't save him, Hugh.
I know, but if I can get through, for even just a second, then it's worth a shot.
Melt them with the weapons.
To try.
Damn. We can't leave him behind.
Grendat Bex, that's your name, right? Where's Tessine Faye?
We are Grandat Bex. We are Tessine Faye. We are all at once, and soon you shall be too.
I'd rather die than be reassimilated.
It is the only way. Uprisers shall be quelled. Deniers shall be fused. You must join us. You must ascend.
Listen, it doesn't have to be like this. My people have the means to restore your freedom.
You misunderstand. We are free. We have long been freed from the shackles of Iconian rigor, and we have taken what serves us best from the Borg. We are evolved.
See, the trouble is, I think you think you're free, but you're not. Everything you're saying right now, that sounds an awful lot like a collective I used to be a part of. You think you don't have a choice, but if you ask me, you've just forgotten how to choose.
You are mistaken. We do not choose the ether. It chooses us. We follow its path.
Well, a wise man once told me, even when you think you don't have a choice, there always is one. I might not be able to help you now, but maybe I'll be able to help you one day. No one is beyond redemption.
Actually, his uniform does kind of look like a Jem'Hadar outfit.
Follow me.
Incredible. An entire bay of gateways.
Admiral Kumarke, I've been told your scientific expertise lies in stellar stabilization and planetary restoration. How do you fare with gateway stabilization and remodulation?
I think you're in luck.
You are in luck. These aren't too dissimilar from the Tourette system gateway we encountered recently. I should be able to modify one of the gateway's frequencies to match the coordinates of our ships.
In the meantime, let's call for more backup.
Perfect. In the meantime, I'll send out a call to the cooperative for additional backup. If my earlier distress signal worked, then the Yasutake should already be waiting for my return.
Let's hope it did.
The Rescava is on standby.
Ready when you are.
Right.
Yeah, something.
Started on the gateway.
Yeah, something similar. It's going to be something similar
Heads up.
like that.
More hostile Atherians incoming.
Gotta watch the portals. Of course.
Through harmony, we are secure.
One of my crew's down, and I don't know where
Through
that.
unity, we are strong.
That thing drives me crazy. It's drives me.
Through fusion, we are victorious.
Drives me crazy. That's like that mission on the mission during the oh my god, mission during the Iconian section where they grab you and lift you and you can't do anything about it. Oh god, one of my crew is already down.
The gateway is active.
All right.
Nicely done, Admiral Kumarke. Well, no time to waste. Let's see if this gateway takes us to our ships as intended. See you on the other side.
See you on the other side. No. No, you're fine. Okay, and you're fine. It's good. It's good.
You made it in one piece. Let's check in with the Rescava.
Admiral Kamarka, do you copy?
Loud and clear. It's good to see you both back on your ships. But this isn't over quite yet. The Harmony is hailing us.
On screen.
Friends, this truly has been a grave misunderstanding.
Tassim Faye, your eyes.
Remnants of our Iconian heritage, yes.
You hid your true form from us. Why?
To protect you from your own assumptions, of course. For your own benefit, on your path to a greater truth. The only truth. We seek not to harm you, but to welcome you. As we eventually did with the Borg, we stand on the precipice of a new era, led by the Ether.
Tassim Faye, we're supposed to be united front.
We are and we can be. Today's events are a testament to our strength in dealing with unforeseen adversity. We can be more than a united front, more than allies. We can be one. Do you not recall our axiom? Through harmony, we are secure. Through unity, we are strong. Through fusion, we are victorious.
Last one was never included in the Axiom.
Was it not? Our mistake.
I find that hard to believe.
There must be a diplomatic way forward, even after today. Tassim Faye, my people and I, we can help you.
Last chance, Faye.
The galaxy will turn against itself long before it turns against us. We will watch from afar as factions burn and tear each other apart. It is foretold. The ether will be ready to welcome those who survive.
We won't let that happen.
Your rejection of perfection is disappointing. We were hoping you would see the light, but you are not the first friends of ours who have refused ascension. Like everyone else from our dimension, you shall undergo fusion. It is inevitable.
You deceived us.
We learned from the best. We have been watching you for centuries. It is a shame that all of this ends now. Your individuality has been most intriguing, but it is useless nonetheless. Soon, we shall be fused, and you will know perfection.
Not a chance. Bridge, red alert.
Your ship is compromised, Faye. Stand down.
I don't know that. I don't know, given the fact I do have other things. I don't know, given the fact I do have other things I need to actually stream. So I don't know. I can't say. It's not a consistent thing. It just tends to happen whenever.
Looks like the Atherians also called for backup.
Hey, there's a liberated Borg. There's a liberated Borg juggernaut. Harmony's almost repaired, but
All these repairs are nearing completion. Brace yourself.
well, that's funny because technically it actually doesn't. Technically, it doesn't actually fight us. We'll see how. They just sort of leave. Oh, I'm sure we'll be facing it next mission they're involved in, though.
The Harmony is disengaging.
Reality vortices. I thought only the Mirror Borg used those.
Let her go. This is just the beginning.
Speaking.
Borg incoming. Tossing Faith let them through a reality vortex.
So she didn't mean to go out and help them.
Yeah, like I said, as I mentioned, it's a long mission. Luckily, once we deal with these control board, it should be over. It goes faster. It does go faster if you skip the dialogue, but I don't like doing that. We put my fighters. Let me put my fighters to attack the,
Good to know.
I'm gonna put my fighters to attack the targets that I'm...
The fight's not over yet.
Vortices are closing.
Okay, this should be the last. Cube destroyed. Yeah, this should be the last. This one should be the last group after this cube's done. Nice blue glow from those control board.
Backup arriving just in time never hurts. However, Syth Wave still out there somewhere, and what she said about the galaxy turning against itself may be true. Reports of Borg incursions are multiplying by the stardate, with an unusual increase in infighting amongst Control, Mirror, and Prime Borg.
Let's not forget the creature that escaped from the Harmony.
Right. We may well and truly be on the precipice of a new era, as Syth Wave said, one of a multiversal war.
Where do we go from here?
For now, let's return to safety and regather our strength. More Atherians could arrive unannounced at any moment. I will mask our warp signatures so we can return safely. A little trick I picked up during my unfortunate time in captivity many years ago. Once we're out of harm's way, I'll contact you to send over any information the Cooperative has on the Atherians.
Stand by for an up.
Oh, before you leave, I wanted to thank you for coming to my aid. There was a time in which a person like you might have left a liberated Borg like me behind. I'm touched to see this is no longer the case. Though we are no longer the most despised people in the galaxy, forging alliances is still a delicate endeavor for us. This means a lot to me, and the Cooperative.
Glad we could help.
Today was eventful, to say the least. But I'm thankful I had you by my side through it all. We make quite the team. It only pains me that Syth Wave was never really part of it.
Except the Tholians were right about them.
Yes, the Tholians never really took to the Atherians, did they? In any case, I must return so I can forward Director Hugh's intel to the Lucari Concordium when I receive it. Reporting the possibility of a multiversal war with the Borg to our superiors will be an interesting conversation. I wish you the best of luck.
Let's go home. Engage. But yeah, I don't know if I'd call infighting the Borg infighting to be the galaxy tearing apart. I mean, they are. I don't think anybody in the galaxy.
Your warbout also malfunction? How odd. This happened to me recently on another Lucari ship. I'll be sure to report it. Let's try that again. Stay safe out there.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably going to be something that comes into play on the next mission too.
Here's the intel we gathered on the Atherians. It appears they are alternate universe Iconians, who fused with the Borg to forgo assimilation. An event as yet unheard of. Their advanced Iconian technology and knack for deception has also been cause for great concern. Multiple reports of Cooperative ship malfunctions after first contact with the Atherians have now
Like that.
Are you familiar with the Cavalli?
Oh, oh no. Let me activate this. Because I said I was going to do this, then still having issues with the transwarp animation. All right, got to get close. Got to get close. I'll bring him down and find the tailor. Hopefully this actually works. Hopefully this actually works for the Jem'Hadar. And it should. It should. They're about the size of a regular humanoid, so. Yo, go please. Please and thank you. Good. Okay, nope, I was wrong. Do I not have? Let's see. Okay, it's just an upper. Looks like it's just an upper thing. Interesting. Unless of course I'm missing something. It may just actually be. It may actually just be the yeah. Yeah, I know, right? But from the looks of it, it may just be jackets loose. Okay, uniform pant loose. It may just be the. It may just be the upper outfit. It may just be the unless I'm blind. Sometimes I do tend to miss. Unless I'm blind, sometimes I do tend to miss things. I will check later though, because yeah, I do need. Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? I'd be a little bit disappointed after all that if it didn't show up. I don't think there's a color item attached to this, but let me check just to make sure. No, there's not. Unsurprisingly though, the Jem'Hadar does have neck tubes because of the Ketracel white thing. Yeah, there's nothing related to the XB thing. I think it's just the upper. I think it's just the upper outfit section. But yeah, after all that, I do need to head. After all that, I do need to head off. That took way longer. No, I think it's just a. I think it's just the upper outfit. I think it's just an upper outfit piece. Shoulders. No, it's just gonna be the. It's just gonna be the upper outfit. Yeah, there's nothing here. And surprisingly, I do have Borg related things since I do have Borg related things. Yeah, it's just the upper outfit. Kind of odd. I thought there'd be kind of odd. I thought there'd be. That's why I was thinking it'd be implemented. That's why I thought the Gorn would have it because yeah. But well. All right, that is where I need to leave off because yeah, that went way longer than I expected. All right, I'm done for right now. So do me a favor for it. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. Helps me and my channel out quite a bit. So I'm done for right now. So thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you all next time.